Here.
Hello, I'm Bob Ross, and I'd like to welcome you. First of all, let me take just a
Got a
moment
little
to
music
welcome
going
you
here while I get everything set
to
up.
your homes. If this is your first time with us, let me extend my
And
personal
this is
invitation
your
to sit
first
right where
lesson
you know
in
fits.
Bob Ross
I know
painting.
you're seated.
That the setup
Let's go to the
takes
canvas here and let's
far
get started.
longer to do than just turning on the Bob Ross video.
It's a good day when you paint.
Um, it gets pretty intense here. Okay, should have had more things ready. Okay, gonna post on my medias.
Let's build some happy little trees. There are no limits here. Start out by believing here. You can almost paint with anything. All you have to do is practice. There are no limits here. You start out by
And the exciting thing today is that
you're the creator.
I have some guests that'll be joining who are doing their own art today, so we'll be able to watch them do some stuff too while I am painting.
A little push. Make love to the canvas. Give it a little touch. Give it a little push. Push. Caress it. Very gentle. Grab it. Lift it. Fluff it. You can go on and on. Back and forth. Layer after layer after layer. Let's build a
All
happy
right.
little cloud. Let's build some happy little trees. There are no limits here. You start out by believing here. This is your world. You're the creator. Find freedom on this canvas. Believe that you can do it. Because you can do it.
Ugh,
Let it flow. Think like
I always wish I had more time. But this is my no stress activity, so I'm doing my best not to stress. I am painting a Bob Ross
sing along, have a good time.
right now. Twitch.tv/.
Freedom on this canvas.
B-Boy Beckons.
Believe that you can do it. Because you can do it. Because you can do it. I believe. Every day's a good day when you paint. I believe. It'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. I believe.
Okay, and then there's some specific people that were interested in watching. So I'll post these here to them. And then, oh yeah.
Hello, I'm Bob Ross.
Tip to everybody: don't have more than one social media ever. That would be my tip. There are far too many of them,
For you to drag out your oil
and I'm
paints.
giving a lot of tips this
Let's go over to the canvas here and let's get started.
cast. Okay.
I believe.
All right.
It's a good day when you paint. I believe.
So
It'll bring a
I've chosen my painting. I have begun painting because I put liquid white all over the canvas. Now, a tip with the liquid white that he doesn't tell you, because he always puts the liquid white on before you see him do anything, is you just want a tiny bit. Because the way Bob Ross paints is he paints where you're painting thinner paint on top of thicker paint. That's just how the physics of paint is that a thinner paint will always stick to a thicker paint, and if you are trying to paint a thicker paint on a thinner paint, then what happens is you just take the paint right off the canvas instead of actually painting onto it. So the big trick with the liquid white is the liquid white is very nice for thinning out the paint a little bit as you put some on there, so you get the nice colors for the backgrounds that are very light. and it makes it look really good for the background. The problem is if you use too much liquid white, then you've got a very thin paint, and then you can't get anything to stick to it. So that would be my tip. So I've tried to get YouTube to show up on this, but I can't actually get it to. So I'm sure there's a way I could do a different kind of capture. I just didn't take the time to do it. You should be able to hear Bob Ross. You just won't be able to see it. You might be able to see it in the background on this screen here. No, actually, I'm probably going to move it to the other screen that I can see a little bit better. But you'll be able to hear what Bob Ross is saying. And then also today, we've got some people here who are doing their own things. So I'm going to unmute them here, and I'm going to switch over to this so you can kind of see what they're working on. Let me unmute them, though. Okay, unmuted. And unmuted.
Hello.
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 Okay, so let me... I thought this would focus in on whoever's talking, but... Okay, there we go. I think this might do it. Or do I have to just, like, pick? Anyway, so we've got...
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll try and, like, spend some time on each of yours as you guys are doing things. Can I not see both? Okay, there we go. You can kind of see both.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm Bob Ross, and I'd like to welcome you. First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your homes. If this is your first time with
Okay.
us,
Oh well,
we extend
that'll have to do
welcome number 2.
for now.
Very good.
Okay, so do you guys want to talk about what you're doing a little bit while I get some more setup done here?
Get started.
Sure. So I'm basically working on a Drawfee prompt that I saw and liked, which was turning Dark Soul bosses into Hollow Knight bosses, or vice versa, and I chose to do Dark Souls into Hollow Knight. So I chose the Dark Souls boss Moonlight Butterfly, and I'm turning it into a boss that would be in the Queen's Garden
Nice.
area in Hollow Knight. I'm working on my iPad and using Procreate, in case anyone's interested in the apps and such.
Yeah, I don't really have a specific plan on what I'm going at today. I just kind of want to practice doing more stylized art. I usually try to focus pretty hard on like trying to get proper anatomy and everything, proportions exactly right, or like regular, I guess. But I'm kind of interested in trying out making it more cartoonish, more stylized. So I'm just kind of probably gonna mess around with stuff and sketch something. I don't know, not too much planned.
That'll be fun. What did I do? Somehow I got rid of your art. What did I do? There we go. Okay. I'm getting a little feedback here. Okay. Cool. And it looks like we also have Pirate Ghetto here who's working on something there. Pirate Ghetto, I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you there, echo from you. Here, I'm going to turn off the music in Discord too.
Brian, if you hit the top right corner of the Discord screen window, there should be the three dots, or the three dots. Click on that and click on Show Non-Video Participants.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna mute Pirate here real quick and then send him a message. Let him know that I'm getting echo from there.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back
Okay.
into your homes. If this is your first time with us, let me extend a personal invitation for you to grab your oil paints and paint along with us.
Gerald, could you
The canvas
boot the?
Let's get started.
I can't get to my keyboard very easily.
Sure,
Could
that's
you
fine.
boot the
Do it.
music? Yeah.
Oops, I actually didn't mean to do that. I accidentally kicked the bot from
That's fine.
from the server. Oh well, we'll just have to reinvite it later.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let me just message. Muted. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, cool. I think I am finally ready to actually start painting. These lights were doing something weird to the canvas, is making it kind of hard to see. I'm gonna give it a try. I was hoping the lights would make it easier to see. Okay, this isn't too bad. But it is glaring in this other camera here. Maybe I'll try the other one. Okay. That'll make the canvas a little easier to see. And I think I'm ready to start painting. So again, I've got the liquid white on there. I've picked out my painting I'm going to do. It's called Misty Waterfall. It is from Season 7, Episode 6, if you're interested. I've got my paints here, and as always, as soon as I sit down to do a Bob Ross, I realize I don't have everything I need. So I will have to make it up as I go along a little bit. I am out of brown. I have a very tiny amount of brown, and this is going to use a lot of brown for a couple of sections, and that will be interesting. So Joel gave me a good tip to mix some green and words, green and red. There we go. That's the word I was looking for, to get a nice brown. So I will be doing that. Got a little paint thinner here. I am not in a studio that I don't have to clean up, so I'm not going to beat the devil out of my brushes as much as Bob Ross tells me I should.
Will you at least exercise your brushes?
No, I'm not even going to exercise my brushes.
Wow.
They will be fully devilized. And I'm having trouble getting into there we go, my mineral spirits here. Alright, a little bit of that to clean my brushes, and I think I'm ready. Alright, Bob, what am I doing first? If you've never done a Bob Ross before, he goes very fast. Very, very fast. And so I'll be frequently pausing.
Certainly glad you could join me today. Today I thought we'd do a fantastic little waterfall. You know, we've done several waterfalls in the past, but I still get hundreds of letters from people wanting to do waterfalls. It seems to be one of the more popular subject matters, so I thought we'd do one today. I've already covered the canvas with a thin, even coat of the liquid white. It's wet, so
As have
ready
I.
to go.
And now let's have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint this project with me.
Not going to pay attention to those because I'm going to have to make it up.
Starting with a white and working around. Let's go on up here and get started. I'm going to start today with a little bit of the black and a little bit of phthalo blue, and we'll just mix them together on the brush here.
All right.
Blue and black. Just brush mix them. Okay, let's go right up to the sky here. Let's just put a happy little sky in here. Just dance the brush around. Let it play. Let it have fun. There. See, and just make little crisscross strokes with it. And start at the top, work downward. That way it picks up the liquid white, and automatically your sky gets lighter in value as you work downward. There we go. And in landscapes, you always want things to get darker as they get closer to you. Toward the horizon out here, it should be much lighter in value. While we have that old dirty brush here, I'm going to take and add a little bit of...
I'm gonna stop it there, and that's what we're gonna do first. So, I'm gonna grab my blue, and apparently black. He doesn't use black very often, which makes sense. Black is real tough, as Beth can attest. Once you go black, you can't take that back. So, or it's some saying like that.
Yep.
So a little bit of black. I do not have nearly as much paint on my man, words today. I want to call it an easel, but it's not an easel. I want to call it a canvas. This is definitely not a canvas. The painter's palette. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, I definitely do not put as much paint on my palette as he does. I usually end up having to add more paint though, but he ends up with tons of extra, and I do not have the budget to get that much paint. So we'll stick with just a little bit. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of brush. Okay, this looked like it still had some thinner on it, but it doesn't. Okay, so just grab a little bit. All right, and we're about to do the scariest thing that there is in painting. Touch the brush to the canvas. Okay. Got a nice little bit of paint on there and some cat hair. All right. And then we just, what do you say, dance it around? All right. Okay, this is not great, but that's fine. As Bob says, no mistakes, just happy accidents. This is very streaky. It gets a little bit more on my brush here, and definitely not any more black. Alright, get the corner. I need more paint. I do like this brand. I have Winston oil paint, but it is very thick. So I sometimes wonder if I just need to like thin it out somehow beforehand a little bit. But like just a touch. So maybe I'll just give myself a teensy tiny little bit of thinner on this brush here. Get some blue on there. See, and Bob did this in like 2 seconds. Bob's such a show-off. But from what I understand, he actually would do 3 paintings for each show. I don't know if that's true of every single one, but he would do one for that'd be like the initial idea, I guess. So like here's the example copy that he would be looking at as he'd paint his other ones to make sure that they matched. And then he'd paint one where they're looking at it like close up, and then one where they're looking at it from far away, I guess. But I think they just had 2 angles too, so I don't know. I'm not sure how that exactly works. But so anyway, it's going to be a little bit stormier for me in my painting than Bob's. That's just kind of how it's going to go. Looks like we got some gray clouds in the sky here. We did get the thinning, which I don't always get quite as well. Last time, like I said, I used too much liquid white, and it just came out so that everything was super goopy, and it was not great. And I have now, I think, maybe thinned it too much. So I'm going to kind of take some of this thick part and get it to bring it out to the edges a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about this too much because we're going to be painting over the vast majority of this. So, all right, and then he goes on to do the water at the bottom. So go ahead, Bob.
The phthalo green,
Phthalo green.
a little bit more of the blue, a little black. We'll just, once again, just mix them on the brush. Let's go right down here. If we're going to have some water down here, let's just apply some color to the canvas. Maybe.
Oh, it's
we'll
as
just
easy
paint
as
this
that.
in,
Just
then
put some
we'll make
color
the
on the
big
canvas.
decisions later where it's going to be. Wherever. Right now, all we're looking for is some nice dark color. You need the dark in order to show light. Okay, now
That's
let's
actually a
wash
good
this
tip.
2-inch brush, and we wash our
Need the
brushes
dark
with
to show
odorless thinner.
the light.
And as I've said many times before,
Also
it
sounds like
really,
something
really
from
pays
Kingdom
to use
Hearts.
odorless thinner.
It does.
Shake it off, and then just to really beat the devil out of it.
No,
Cameraman
Bob.
told me before this started, if I covered him one more time, he was going to walk out here and get me. So he's about fed up with this.
Did you guys hear that?
Okay, now.
He
Hopefully not.
he so he beats the devil out of his brush, and then he says, the cameraman told me if I covered him in paint one more time, he was going to come over here and get me. So that was pretty funny. Okay, so now I'm doing the bottom here with a little green. Get some dark color in here. This is not looking too bad. Okay. Now, I usually, when I'm painting a Bob Ross, I watch through the whole video, which I did this time too. So I kind of know what's coming up and why he puts things places, because he doesn't usually explain that, which can be tough sometimes when he's like, oh, I'm going to paint this island over here, and then you find out it's not actually island, it's supposed to connect to this other thing. I mean, he never actually says island, but it looks like an island, and you think it's an island, and then you go to paint the next thing, and he's like, yeah, and you just connect it right here, and you're like, well, Bob, had you told me I would be connecting it to something, I would have painted it further to the right. Now it just looks like an island instead of being this nice curved landmass all the way across. So yeah, so that's a little warning to you. Pay attention to where he's putting things. Watch the video through beforehand. That way you know what he's doing. And with YouTube, it's real nice because you can watch it at 2 times speed. You don't have to spend an entire 30 minutes watching it. You can do it in 15 and then move on from there. Okay, one more step and then you guys can, whoops, you guys can, I want to see what you guys are working on. All right, Bob, what next?
Oh, with a clean, dry brush, we'll just take and very gently blend all this together. Just blend it together. Be sure your brush is dry. I've got a little hair right there. I'll just pop it right off. There.
This is not actually a dry brush, but
If you get a hair on your canvas, just take the corner of your brush and lift it off. Don't try to take it off with your fingers. You'll end up messing up your whole painting trying to get that rascal off there.
true story.
Okay. Just down here we really don't care much about right now. It's just color. All right, I'm going to take another brush, and I have several of them going, so I don't have to continually wash them. Same brush. It's just a 2-inch brush. I'm going to pull it right through some white. Add a little red to that. We'll brighten this up.
All right.
A little bit of red.
And this is going to be a
Tiny
cloud.
Pull that brush one direction. Load it full. Look at all
One
the
direction.
pictures in the bristles.
The band. Okay.
Let's go up to the canvas.
Bob
I'll put
likes
a
one
happy little
direction.
cloud in the sky today. And I'm just going to take the corner of the brush and just let it bounce around. Let them play. Let them have fun.
Okay.
Clouds are very free. Very free.
We need to paint free, happy, bouncing around clouds now. Okay, got it.
About like that. That's enough clouds for this painting. Just throw them in. Let me clean the brush.
All right. That's
Just
good,
spread it
Bob.
off.
That's enough for me to work on now. Okay. I'll start mixing that paint, but in the meantime, I want to see what you guys are working on. So let me switch this real quick here. All right. Ooh. Can I do this? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I'm still trying to sketch out. Oh, go ahead, Beth.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Yeah, so right now I've kind of got my base sketch, and now I'm going in and drawing some more defined lines. I'm immediately regretting choosing a super complex character to translate into Hollow Knight style, which is usually how my decisions go when I'm trying to make art. But right now I'm taking the Moonlight Butterfly's wings and adding some more tattering because Hollow Knight likes to do tattered capes. And then I turned
Oh,
its
yeah.
second set of wings into, or its lower wing segment into just a Hollow Knight style cape.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm kind of referencing one of the Hollow Nest bosses, which has a lot of little tendril-y thingies, which were similar to the Moonlight Butterfly. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Nice.
That looks really good.
Thank you.
And now let me balance paint and switch over to Daryl. Okay. Go ahead, Gerald.
I don't have a whole lot going on just yet. I'm still kind of sketching out the base pose that I'm going to be working on. Changed it around a couple times. But I think I'm settling on something now. But yeah, still just kind of working through it.
Nice. I'm going to check in
I
with
like
Pirate here. Let me see if I can unmute him from this. I think I can. Hey, Pirate. Okay, we've got you on screen. How's your audio? Can you
Was that it?
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Nope, I'm still getting echo.
Really?
But I'll just try not to talk for a second here. Go ahead and show us what you're working on.
How's that? So let me try to get a better image. So this, there we go. It's a magic card. Clearly, it's an island. I've extended the borders a little bit, and I'm working on adding Lovecraftian horror. I think it was like Abath or something like that.
That's awesome.
I spoke something to do with filth, so I'm doing some underwater filth there with the bottle holder and like a bottle behind him there.
That's awesome. What are you using to paint on there?
So just acrylic and some Sharpie.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. Go back out to this here. Okay. So I've got my red here, and I ran out of titanium white, which is pretty common. You use a lot of white when you're doing Bob Rosses. And so I ordered some more, and all I saw was the container. And the containers, they look like this. They're um, it's this camera. So they just look like this. And so online, it's just got a plain white background, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy some white. So I ordered it, and this is what I got. Uh, I thought it was gonna be the regular size, but it's hard to
Cool.
even tell on here. But like,
Wow.
this is how much I thought I was getting. This is how much I got. So I'm not gonna need titanium white for a long time. Uh,
Happy little accidents, right?
yeah, it is a happy little accident. So I'm just gonna glop some of this out. Okay. I like the cap on this one a little bit better though. It's easier to handle. Alright, so now I've got the colors to make my cloud. This has got some blue on it, so I'm going to clean this off a little bit. Okay. I don't know if I said this before, but I paint Bob Rosses because it's a way to create something and I don't have to think about it. Bob has already figured out what the picture is going to look like. I don't have to use my energy on that. I get to just make something, which is a lot of fun and really kind of therapeutic for me. So um, I get to just slap some paint on a canvas and it usually turns out okay. It actually amazingly turns out okay. The very first painting I did, I put color on it and it didn't thin out like this at all. It was just like super dark blue. And then he's like, okay, and now we're going to add a tiny bit of red to it so that, it kind of looks pink. And I was like, oh, okay. And then super red came out on the canvas. And I was like, this is horrible. I just ruined it. It's going to be atrocious. And then I just kept going. And once I painted everything, it actually looked pretty good. So it's amazing how that works out. So if you try to do a Bob Ross and it does not look right, that's okay. Because amazingly, he is absolutely 100% correct that um, it doesn't matter. It's happy little accidents, and you just keep going, and it literally will turn out just fine. I definitely need more white than that. Um, but it gets me every time where it's like, oh, this doesn't look right. Oh, this doesn't look like his. Oh, it didn't go the way I planned it. And then you just keep going, and then you end up with something that looks pretty good. So, and I think that's probably true for a lot of art, where if you get frustrated with something that you're making, if you just kind of press through that, um, eventually you'll get to a point where, it's okay, which is not a bad place to be. It's okay is not bad. You can be pretty proud of it's okay. All right, so I'm supposed to have a happy, dancing, playful cloud in the sky here. This is always the worst part. Okay, here we go. Yep, this is going just about as well as I thought it would. Alright, and this is where I'm running into that issue where I've got a thin paint underneath, and this is a real thick white. So I might have to thin out this white a little bit to get it to stick to the canvas like he's got it sticking. I just don't know how he does it. Somehow he's just got it all at this like perfect consistency where it just all sticks just the way he wants it to. It's pretty nuts. All right, just a little bit more white because I want some more definition on these clouds. So what happens is if you don't have enough paint on your brush, then you don't get those nice sharp lines of paint that he gets, and those sharp lines give things definition in your painting. So, like I'm putting paint specifically on the tip of the brush here, so that I can get just a little bit more at the top part, so you get a little bit more definition at that point. So then I'll kind of get a little bit more up there. Do that. Okay, there, I'm getting a little bit more definition. So we're going to thin it back out again a little bit, but I want to get at least some of those to kind of play with a little bit. Alright, I'm going to put another one up here just because I want something. I think he's probably going to cover this corner if I remember right, but I just want something in the background maybe there. Alright, and then he's going to do a bunch of fluffing, so let's listen to him fluff stuff.
Give it a good wrap.
Okay.
And you're in business again. All right, now I'm going to use just the corner of the brush here and gently blend the bottom of this cloud.
Alright, he's got a dry
I don't
brush.
want to touch the top, just the bottom.
Do I have another
Blend it
brush
out
I
a
can
little
use?
bit.
Yeah.
Just blend it. I want this to be a nice, bright cloud. Just lives up here in the sky and has fun. Okay. Then that just cleans off the excess paint. Any paint that I picked up. Just by beating the bristles, you can clean it without going through the whole procedure. Now we'll fluff it up. And very lightly. This is just barely caressing the canvas. Just graze the canvas. And that easy. You have a beautiful little cloud. Okay. Now then, let's have we'll put some little background trees in here. And for that, I'll mix up a lavender color. We'll use some
Okay,
alizarin
slow down, Bob.
crimson.
I'm still fluffing trees. Or fluffing clouds. Alright, got some cloud fluff clouds. And then I'm going to graze the canvas like this. That is not working the way I want it to. Yeah, even this graze is giving it like too many swoopies here. That's working a little better. Okay. Got some nice fluffed clouds now. This one kind of looks like a horse. Alright. Okay, Bob. Now I'm mixing paint again. Let's go back just a titch.
It's looking good so far.
Thanks.
And for that, I'll mix up a lavender color. We'll use some alizarin crimson,
Crimson,
a little bit of phthalo blue.
phthalo blue,
Proportionally, much more crimson than blue.
more
Blue is
crimson
many
than
times
blue.
stronger.
Alright.
So more crimson than blue. All right, let me clean my knife off.
Oh yes, I know what
And
he's
let's
about
load
to
up
do.
this old round brush. And to do that, all I'm going to do is just tap.
So this is another one of those times where it's like, oh, I don't have
Right
that. He has this nice like round
Now,
brush that he
decide-
uses to make these
decide where you wanna-
trees. And I do not have that nice round brush. So I'm going to have to make do with a square brush. So my trees are going to look a lot more square. But that's fine. Okay, so I've got some phthalo blue. I've got some of that red. He mixes it with a knife. I used to have one of his nice knives with that cool edge to it that you can do all the cool things with. And it disappeared on me. I don't know where it went. Which is a
That's
bummer.
unfortunate.
Yeah, because it was really useful. And then I had a better knife than this one that had had a better angle on it. And I lost that too. So I don't know what's happening to these knives. I'm the only one painting here, so it's not like someone else is running off with it. I don't get what's going on. But okay, so mixing this up for, and I did not do what he said and use more red than blue, so I'll have to grab more red. Is this the crimson? Yeah, this is the closest I've got. Okay. More red there. So it usually takes me about 3 hours to do a Bob Ross from a 30-minute video. In case anyone is, you need to put aside a lot of time to do a Bob Ross. And expect to be pausing a lot. Okay, so what brush do I want to use? I'm gonna go with this one. Alright, let's see what he does here.
Happy little tree to be.
Happy little
lives when
tree.
it lives right there. And think about the shapes. Lay in some very basic little shapes here. We're just tapping these in. Just have fun. Let them go wherever you want them. This is your creation, so you have to make these decisions. Make them different sizes and different shapes. Trees are like people. They're all different.
Trees are like people.
Yeah, then. We can take
You're
a
so
cleaning
right,
brush.
Bob.
I want to create the illusion of a little mist here.
Alright, let's get that first set of trees in there, Bob, and then I'll do the mist. Okay. Yeah, that should work, hopefully. Okay. This is always where I get worried that my stand is just slightly rickety because I'm jabbing at the painting. Okay. And tree. It's treeing. Guys, it's treeing.
Yay!
It is definitely more blue than I wanted it to be, but that's fine. I'll do this next group of trees a little lighter, or a little more red. Okay, and then I get a dry brush, which I think this one was acting as my dry brush. Not completely dry, but yep. Okay, and then I just mist it up. And that does not look great. But I think he gives a little, yep, he gives a little bit of a tip where if it's looking too thick, you just add a little bit of the liquid white, and then that kind of gets it back a little bit to the misty color that you need. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so now more crimson, I think. tiny bit of blue because we've already got. Well, let me mix it first and see where it's at. Okay, this is looking like a better kind of reddish brown. Okay, so now let's see where he goes here. Make sure I'm doing this right.
Tap it.
Oh, I was
Just from
supposed
the
to
bottom,
tap it
just
to
really
mist
raise
it.
cane. Now, if you happen to put too much color in here and it doesn't work, add a little titanium white to your brush when you do it.
I did that.
It's better to use just a little paint and allow it to blend with the liquid white that's underneath, though. It gives you a much more natural appearance here.
I didn't
I'll
do
just
that.
lift up a little. And that creates the illusion of a little mist. And if you go back, we can take the same color, and now we can add in some little bushes that are a little closer. And see that little misty area right there separates it. It's the same color, it's just that the mist separates them. And we can create several layers of little bushy things. Okay.
All right.
There we
That
go.
was not working, so I'm not going to continue to do what I was doing there.
Maybe on the bottom of this one, a little bit of mist also. And you can create layer after layer after layer after layer of these. Just blend it out. That easy. Now then,
Okay,
I'm going
that's
to
not
take
looking too
my
bad.
liner brush with a little bit of paint thinner on it.
Okay.
And I'm going to go, there it is.
You shush. Appreciate you, Bob. I'm busy. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, so now I need to clean some brushes because I'm running out of clean brushes. Probably you. Get a little bit better angle on this. There you go. Here, while I'm cleaning brushes, I can switch over. You guys can show off what you're doing. There you go. You guys can take turns talking through what you got. Ooh, I like your background there, Beth.
Thank you. There's so much regret going into this because it is very tedious. I wasn't going to copy and paste each section, but that might end up happening.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gerald, I like the hair you've got going on.
Yeah, trying out something a little more different than the safe stuff I usually do.
You're doing like a Dragon Ball.
Sort of that sort of thing, yeah.
How's it going there, Pirate? Oh, I'm not sure you can hear. Maybe.
Did that. so it's going pretty good. I just, I don't know. I'm debating on what other filth to toss in here. Got a can and like a bottle ring thing in there. Need some more ocean filth ideas.
Anyone got some
Maybe a
ocean filth
straw.
ideas? Could just have like someone peeing into the pond.
I don't know. Poor ocean.
Okay. This is fairly dry. But I need a little. Wait, what's he doing? Let me back up a little bit. I forget where he's at.
Bottom of this one, a little bit of mist also.
Oh, okay. I'm doing a little bit of mist
And you
here.
can create layer after layer after layer after layer of these. Just blend it out. That easy. Now then, I'm going to take my liner brush with a little bit of paint thinner on it, and I'm going to go, there it is, right into a little bit of brown, a little bit of Van Dyke brown. Just turn that brush until it comes to a nice sharp point, like that. See how sharp that is? Good, let's go up here. I'm going to put the indication in here.
Indicate you, Bob. Alright. Gosh darn it. I'm just gonna keep making this worse, aren't I? Where's Alright, well, I'm painting over that anyway, so. Okay, now I need some sticks. So, give me this brush. No. Give me this brush.
How about you go outside and find a stick?
Yeah, better go find some sticks outside. I'll just glue those to the canvas. A little bit of titanium, liquid white. Grab a little bit of this brownie color. That's not right. Just grab some straight brown, I guess. I do have just a tiny bit of that. Alright. So now I'm putting some sticks in the background. Paint thinner is what he used because he didn't change the color. Tiny bit of paint thinner. Some of this brown. Tiny bit more paint thinner. There we go. That's a good consistency. Alright, we'll get some. The odd thing about oil paints too is when they dry, the colors kind of pop a little bit more, I've noticed. Like they kind of differentiate. So even though right now on stream I can tell like you can't really see the difference in the color. This is a darker blue and this is kind of a more red. And then the sticks that I'm putting in here are like browny. you can't. It's hard to tell right now, but when it dries, like you'll be able to tell a little bit better. It's kind of crazy. But it takes like a month to dry.
Oh wow.
Man, he gets this to glide onto the stuff so easy. I gotta get a thin this up a little bit further. I'm not getting the brown on there. I'm just spreading the blue. There we go. One thing I will say is that I think I'm starting to get some of the concepts from doing these Bob Rosses. Because like I'd never been a painter before. And then I started doing Bob Rosses, and seemed like a decent place to start. And I'm starting to get the concepts that he's using. He doesn't really teach you the concepts, but he does somewhat. He says things like, a thin paint always sticks to a thick paint, and all that good stuff, and gives you some of those tips, but it's not always. It's not like he's teaching you painting principles. He's teaching you how to paint a specific painting. So I found it really good. Like I get to do these paintings, and I don't have to think about it. But I'm also finding that I'm picking up some of the principles he's using to do the paintings, which is nice. So I feel like eventually, if I do enough of these, maybe I'll have enough in my tool belt that I could like go out and actually paint a scene from nature or something.
Typical.
Yeah, it would be. I feel like I'm too slow to do that right now, though, because if it takes you 3 hours, everything changes outside in 3 hours. So that entire tree's gone in 3 hours. Okay. All right, Bob, I think I'm ready. Let's do some highlights. Oh, hit the wrong window. This window, please.
A few little tree trunks. Now this is quite a ways back in the distance, so we're not looking for a lot of detail yet. As we work forward, then we'll begin worrying about detail. Back here, we just want to give some indications. Decide how many trunks live in your trees, put them in. There you go. And I think I said on one of the earlier shows, it's almost unbelievable to me now that we have, with the completion of this series, over 90 half-hour shows. That's so fantastic. And if you haven't got to see all the shows, give your local station a call. Tell them you'd like to see them. If you enjoy the shows, let them know. That's the only way they have of knowing. There we go.
Good job self-promoting there, Bob.
Because all the past shows are available to them. They can get them if they know you want them. Okay. Now we've got the indication of some tree trunks. I'll just use the same old dirty round brush. I'm gonna go right into a little bit of the yellows, little yellow ochre. Pick up some sap green. Same old dirty brush, I don't care. Just tap it in.
Yellows
Okay.
and ochre.
Now then,
Okay, so that's going to be my highlight. I've still got a little bit of yellow here, so I'm not going to open up the new one. And then ochre. This is ochre. Yep. Okay. I am going to clean my brush. He used his old dirty one, but mine was too dark, so I feel like I wouldn't get good highlights from it. Clean this off a bit. See if I can adjust this so it's not blinding everyone. That's a little better. Okay, that's slightly better. Okay, yellow and yellow ochre. Now this is a skill I definitely need to work on because he does this cool thing where he like mixes it on the brush and then like goes back to his palette and picks up slightly different colors when he mixes it again, and then he gets these like cool different looking trees every time he like goes back to the canvas. And I have no idea how he does that. It's insane. Okay, so I am going to thin this just a little bit because in my experience when I've got paint on the canvas like this and I try to go in and get highlights, they don't stick. Oh no, that was too much thinner. Oh, that's a lot of thinner. Oh, oh my, that is going everywhere. Okay, so yeah, so definitely I use thinner to too much thinner in this case to thin out the paint so that it will stick to the thick paint that's on the canvas already. That way I'm certain when I tap it on the canvas I'm getting highlights instead of pulling up all the paint, which has been my experience previously. So if I can get it just a little thin, and I don't expect to be painting over this again, I don't think, if I remember correctly. So if I get it a little too thin, it's okay, because I won't be going back to try and paint over it. If you get it too thin and you try to paint over it again, then you end up with a spot in your painting where you can't actually paint until it dries because your paint doesn't get that thin. All right, please work. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I am actually getting highlights. Yay, I'm a learning. Alright, I am picking up still a little bit because when I go back to tap it on my palette, I'm actually darkening the color, so that means it's probably still not quite thin enough. Yeah. I also think it's sucking up a lot of this paint into the brush here, so I'm going to try and pull some of this paint out of the brush. So I don't. This is my own trick. This is not. I don't know if I recommend this to anyone else, but like sometimes I'll have a brush where I've got too much paint in it and there's none on the actual tip. So I'll take a knife and I'll just kind of scrape the brush back into the pool of paint, and that gets the excess paint out of there so I can actually use it. Semi-pro tip, not even a pro tip. Okay. Get some more. Yeah. Oh, that makes me happy. Alright, I'm going to add a little more yellow so I can get a nice lighter color on some of these trees. Thin this because it is too thick now. It's like this constant balance. How's it going over there, guys?
Right now I am outlining my main figures so I can fill them in and put a clipping mask in so I don't go outside my lines when I'm shading and stuff.
Oh, clipping masks are the best.
Oh my gosh, I love them. I had been doing each like clothing on one layer, skin on another layer without using clipping masks except for like adding blush and shading in the skin. And then I saw someone who just filled in their entire figure and the clothes were a clipping mask and the skin was a clipping mask. And I was like, why didn't I ever think of using it that way? That's genius. It's changed my life.
Yeah, I don't have like a standard software. I use Krita for my digital art, and it doesn't have some of the same functionality as other things. And the clipping masks they're not as intuitive as I would like. So I'm trying to figure out how to use them well. What I end up doing is I just create a layer that I call clipping mask, and then do selections on that layer, and leave that layer there so I can then use it later. But that becomes my clipping mask, quote unquote, then.
Yeah, I really enjoy Procreate, but it has a limit of I think 20 layers per piece, but it doesn't have a limit on how many clipping masks you can have.
Oh, that's nice.
So especially when I'm doing more complex pieces, it's been really helpful to take tons of advantage of the clipping mask function and do things that way instead.
20 layers sounds like way too little for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm also really bad
Well,
on the
and-
layers I have.
Yeah, because Procreate has an animation feature as well, and I wanted to test that out. But
So let me
It
do
also
20
has a
frames
limit
then.
of the number of frames, so you can only do 20 frames. And obviously for animation, clipping masks aren't going to help you add extra frames.
Sure.
So that was a little disappointing. So you can make like short little GIFs if you want to, but nothing too complex.
That'll do. Yeah, that didn't turn out too bad.
I like it.
Okay, Bob. Teach me.
This is far away. I don't want a whole bunch of highlight. I just want enough.
Oh,
so you
I did
can
this
make out
already.
A
I'll let you
little
play that.
indication of some color here and there. Don't overkill. This works so nice. It's easy to get carried away, and you cover up all the dark areas, and you lose the depth, lose the distance. A little yellow ochre added into that same color right there. See, that easy. Okay. And then you can just begin deciding where they are, put in all kinds of happy little things.
Happy little things.
And just think about shape here when you're doing these. Don't just hit it random. Think about shape.
I did not think of shape,
When I was a
Bob.
kid, my uncle
I
used to tell me,
apologize. I will
"You
start
know, when you
thinking of
catch a
shape.
rabbit," he said, well, he said, you stand behind a tree and make a noise like a carrot. When he comes by, you grab him.
Wait, what?
So what you got to do here, you got to think like a tree.
Say that again, Bob?
I didn't catch many rabbits. He said, you stand behind a tree and just think about shape here when you're doing these. Don't just hit it random. Think about shape. It was like when I was a kid, my uncle used to tell me, you know, I wanted to catch a rabbit. He said, well, he said, you stand behind a tree and make a noise like a carrot. When he comes by, you grab him. So that's what you got to do.
Bob's
here. You
advice
gotta
for
think
catching
like a tree.
a rabbit.
I didn't catch many rabbits.
Stand behind a tree and make a noise like a carrot. And when he walks by,
There we go.
grab him.
Maybe down here there's some.
I guess that was his uncle's advice to him for catching a rabbit.
Flawless.
I wouldn't want to catch a little rabbit anyway. I think it's
Carrot
cute.
noises.
All right, enough of that. Enough of that. Now then, that gives us a nice little background, and all we're looking for is just some background so we can really concentrate on the waterfall. Gonna go right into
Apparently,
some good dark color. Maybe our
Pirate's
waterfall's
cat
gonna
said
be
no more painting.
in this area somewhere, and maybe it's gonna drop
Pom
right
pom.
off in there. How's that? Just drop it off wherever.
It's like
Somewhere in there.
Julia
We'll have some
and
dark color down here. We really don't care
Jacob's
at this
cats
point.
constantly deleting all their layers.
Yep.
Let's take some brown.
All right, what did he do here
Enough
for
of that.
color?
Enough of that. Now then, that gives us a nice little background, and all we're looking for is just some background so we can really concentrate on the waterfall. Gonna go right into some good dark color. Maybe our waterfall is gonna be
What color?
in this area somewhere, and maybe
Bob,
it's gonna drop
you didn't tell me what color.
right off in there. How's that? Want to catch a little rabbit anyway? I think it's too cute.
He doesn't tell me what color
Alright,
here.
Enough of that. Enough of that. Now then, that gives us a nice little background, and all we're looking for is just some background so we can really concentrate on the waterfall. Gonna go right into some good dark color. Maybe our waterfall is gonna be in this area somewhere. and
Yeah,
maybe it's
he
gonna
literally
drop
just says, we're going to go right into
off
some
in
good
there.
dark color. Okay, Bob. I'm gonna grab my tube of good dark color here.
Yeah, everyone has one of those, right?
Yep.
Just standard, good dark color.
Yeah. Alright, I'm guessing it's like some of that watery color, so probably blue and green. Yeah, not black though. Can't be black. Just good dark. Okay, and then where's my green? There it is. Viridian Hue. And all I can think of is Pokemon. I'm on the road to Viridian Hue. Okay. Should be good. So yeah, this seems good, Dark. Alright, and then whereabouts does he have this waterfall dropping off?
How's that? Just drop it off wherever.
Wherever, Bob? Are you sure about that?
Somewhere in there. And then we'll have some dark color down here. We really don't care at this point.
I care at this point. Alright, so kinda here. I kinda want a nice big okay. Yeah, that should be good. Ooh. That's not good. Go away, Mr. Yucky Color. Alright, I guess it's just reflecting some green clouds right there. You know, that green type cloud. Okay. There. That's got some good background color on it, I think. I hope. Gee, I sure hope this side over here that doesn't have a lot of trees on it doesn't come back to bite me. He said knowingly.
Let's take some brown. We'll use some Van Dyke brown.
Ah, yes, the color I
some
don't
dark
have.
sienna mixed together. I'll just mix it right here. Pull it out very flat.
Are you going to your
cut
brown?
across.
Yeah.
See, there's a little roll of paint. There
So,
you see it.
okay, so this is where he's making the rocks around the waterfall.
Now with that, let's put some stones and some rocks, and something's got to contain this water. Always remember this water has to be contained.
Contain the
Otherwise, it'll
water!
just run everywhere. Got to have some stones and rocks and all kinds of little happy things.
Okay, so I'm going to mix myself up some brown. And that is red and green here. A nice dark brown, so I'm going to go with my... Hang on, let me back up to what he's mixing. So I might be able to just...
Here, pull it out very flat, cut across. See, there's a little roll of paint somewhere in there, and then we'll have some dark color down here. We really don't care at this point. Let's take some brown. We'll use some
Okay.
Van Dyke brown.
Van Dyke
Some
brown.
dark sienna mixed together. I'll just
Dark
mix it right
sienna.
here. Pull it out very flat, cut across. See, there's a little roll of...
Okay, so it's just brown. Brown, brown, brown. Brownity brown. Oh, thanks, Pirate. I like your extended art card there, too. Here, let me zoom in on it because I want people to see that. Oh. Why are you not working? Well, you can kind of see it better there. That's really fun.
Yeah, I always, whenever I see magic card coloring and like adding to those, it always seems so difficult because I know I'm really bad personally at color matching, and I know it takes a lot of patience and dedication to do the color matching on those cards. So I'm always super impressed, and I really like the unique monster.
Come here, brown. I want you. Okay. Alright, some brown, some more brown, and then some more brown. Alright, I'm going to use a little bit of this brown. I think I've got enough of this brown left to get through this part, and then I'll have to mix it for the next one. But this will use up this tube. I got maybe part of a squeeze left there. Alright, so this is where I wish I had the right tool for the job, because this is not quite what I like to use. He's got a nice flat edge that he can put right against the canvas, and I've kind of got to go at this like weird angle. I'm actually going to grab a little bit of this color here, see if I can darken it up. There we go, that's a little better. Okay. Thin it out a little bit. Get a little roll. Okay, and now contain the water! Okay, see how he's doing it here. Ugh, I keep doing that.
Paint. There you can see it. Little tiny roll of paint right on the edge of the knife. Okay, let's go up here. Now with that, let's put some stones and some rocks, and something's got to contain this water. Always remember this water has to be contained. Otherwise, it'll just run everywhere. Got to have some stones and rocks and all kinds of little happy things. There.
Stones, rocks, and all kinds of little happy things.
Now then we'll take a little white, a little sienna color, mix it together. Maybe I'll put just the least little touch of red into it, like that. Cut across. Let's go up here. And let's put a few little highlights on our stones. Maybe come across. Just let it sort of bounce around and play. This is such a delicate touch. You're just hitting the high points.
Okay.
That's all.
So now, some sienna. That's ochre. I don't think I have a sienna. But I think if I do ochre and white, it should come out pretty similar. I think I've got a lot of ochre over here, though, so I'm going to use that. Where's my Giganto white? Ugh. Okay. I'm trying to remember if I know a story, pirate, where Abath is in. I know they talk about Abath quite a bit in Lovecraftian lore, but I just don't remember what stories I've read with him, because I've read quite a bit of Lovecraft. I haven't read it in a while, but
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was trying to remember if I've read one of the stories that he's specifically in, or even if trying to remember if he's in any of the Lovecraft games, like Arkham Horror and that kinds of stuff. So the name sounds familiar, but I don't know if I remember a specific story.
yep. Alright. Not too bad. That kind of looks like a path unintentionally. Happy little accident. Okay, that'll do. Alright. Water contained, Bob. What next? Keep selecting the wrong window. Okay.
Oh, you're hitting. Now then, time to get in here with a fan brush and have some fun.
Yay,
Now we
fan
can start
brush.
building some water.
Alright, where's my fan brush? Oh, shoot. I can't paint a Bob Ross without a fan brush. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back because this requires a fan brush.
All right. How's it going, Beth? Looks like you've got a lot of color in.
I do. Yeah, I finally finished the background and like environment. It's hard to see because it's kind of glaring with the way my phone's set up. Now I'm kind of going in and actually coloring the different characters and stuff.
Right.
It's going. How
Sounds
about
looking
you?
good so far. I feel like I've gotten so little compared to you and Rian, but I've been working on this hair for a little while now.
I like the way it looks like it's like lifted and stuff. I always have a hard time when
Yeah.
hair isn't straight down.
Yeah, I usually do too, and so I'm kind of happy with how it's turning out so far. I think I still need to make a bunch of adjustments to it, but so far,
I like the few little curls like near the bottom that are kind of like gently lifted and not as high up as the rest because I feel like it gives it a really cool shape.
yeah. Oh, Green's back.
Alright, I am back.
It's a tiny little fan brush.
Yeah. Dink. I also found my better scraper, so I'm excited about that too. It was with my fan
Ooh.
brush. I think the cats got to them and knocked them out down to the floor beneath where all my brushes were.
Sounds about right.
Yep. I probably need to invest in a new one because this one's getting very old and crusty. I gotta figure out how many paintings I can get away with using the same brushes. I think this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is my 5th one.
Cool. Quite a number.
So maybe 5 is the limit on brushes. I don't know. I also don't know how to clean brushes very well, so I think that contributes.
You should get some brush soap.
Okay.
It works really well, and you can get you can get it in bar form, or you can just get a bucket of brush soap and you spritz the top of the soap with water, and you just wipe your brushes on it, and eventually you end up with this like donut shape of soap brush because the middle will wear out. But it's really, that's what we used in all my oil painting classes.
Okay.
I know some people wash their oil paint brushes with turpentine and stuff like that, but it doesn't get rid of the hard paint as well, or paint
That's what I've
buildup
been
as well.
finding.
So
Yeah. So it ends up just continuing to build up, and I have to like mess with it for a while to get it to like feather out again. Okay. Fan brush acquired. Continue, Bob.
Now, one of our golden rules: a thin paint will stick to a thick paint.
Thin
So I
paint
take a little bit of
sticks
the
with
liquid white and then mix into the titanium white right on the brush. A lot of paint. The brush is really full of paint. Okay, let's go up here. Now, start thinking like water. Water's coming right along.
You need to start thinking like water. Thinking like water. Rushing. Gushing.
There.
Falling.
Just
I really have to
flowing
pee now.
along this little river, just like so. Just having a super day. Just taking life easy and coming along here, and then, right about here. Oh, boom! Somebody pulled the stopper out, and it fell.
That's fun.
And take the fan brush, come across, and then drop it down. Bloop. And it helps to make little sounds. Bloop, like that.
It helps to make little sounds, he says.
You have to make a determination.
I can handle that.
How long is your waterfall? If it comes to right here, take your
Alright, some
fan brush.
titanium white.
Watch here. Go in, push, and bend it upward. There. See? And that makes that foam up here on the top.
Okay. I think that's good for now, Bob. Let me catch up with you. Alright, so mixing some liquid white with the titanium white to get a thin white color. I'm going to get a little bit more of this liquid white. And then I'm supposed to absolutely fill the brush. Very full brush. Deeply satisfied with its last meal. Okay. Alright, and then I'm kind of going. Okay. Oh. Beth, that's looking awesome.
Thank you.
I got to zoom in on Gerald's. I can't see his very well.
Yeah, I kind of working with pretty light layers and thin lines right now.
I can't get it to.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's weird that it's not like focusing
Hmm.
a view. Feels like that's a bug, but
Yeah. Oh well. Is that like? I'm getting kind of a Medusa-esque vibe from that hair.
yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll add some snake heads onto the end of those.
Perfect.
Who knows?
All right. Okay, Bob. I think I'm caught up with you. Continue. And we're about.
There, give it a little push.
We're just about halfway through this.
Levels out a little and boom, bang. As I say, it really helps to make all these happy little sounds and
Happy little
think like
sounds.
water.
Okay.
There it goes. I have to be careful. I get carried away and cover up the whole canvas with it. And sometimes there's little stones that you can't see under here, and they make it go bloop and cause other little things. Look there. You need those little sounds, though. They really help. There we go. See what a neat little effect that is? Okay, enough of that. I get carried away. Take the old fan brush here. I'm going to some of my yellows, little green, just back and forth, back and forth. Let's go up here.
Okay. I'm not ready yet, Bob. I'm still making noises. Oh.
Ooh,
Got carried away.
got a little squishy there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That'll do. All right. Now what am I doing, Bob? Getting a different color.
Okay, enough of that. I get carried away. Take the old fan brush here. I'm going to some of my yellows, little green, just back and forth, back and forth. Let's go up here. Now then, I want to bring all these rocks and stuff together. So I'll push, bend that brush, just like we did to make the foamy water. And we'll make some indications of some happy little grassy areas that are just living right there.
So I need some
If you have
green.
trouble making your paint stick, add a little bit of paint thinner or a little bit of liquid white to it. And let it just disappear back in here, see? Goes right back into that mist. We don't know where it goes. Don't care.
Man, my keyboard's gonna end up with all kinds of paint all over it. Alright, so I gotta clean this brush off and then get some green going here. So I got some sap green. I don't quite have the green he's got, so I'm gonna use some sap green and some yellow, I think.
Did we lose Beth? Hello, Beth?
I think we may have.
I wonder if our phone ran out of battery or something.
Looks like it might be loading back. this brush a bit. Okay. I might mix this prior. It's not a bad green.
There she is. Hello?
I'm here. Oh, I think she's back.
I think so.
You back, Beth?
Yes, I am.
Welcome back.
Our internet is apparently having problems.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
All right. And that's one of the simplest little ways there is to make a waterfall. Now, let's put something here to contain that water. Once again, you have to keep it in. Let's go right up here. And maybe this comes right around like this. And there's a big, oh yeah, there it is. Look at there. Look at there.
Okay.
Bob, you just messed up now. We'll put some big old stones right there. Look at there. This is just straight Van Dyke brown. Quite a bit of
Okay.
paint.
Doing a lot of Van Dyke brown.
Take it to about there. We don't know. And we also need something on the other side.
So let me finish
We
out
want to
this
keep water
tube.
contained. I don't want to lose all that, so maybe we'll just let it pop up. Come right across like that. There we go.
Okay.
Just let that wherever. Make some decisions.
Yeah, make some decisions,
Just let
Brian.
this fall right off your knife. I don't want to
You
lose
go
that
get
little
it.
thing there. That was a nice happening. See, a lot of times little things happen that you didn't really plan, and they a lot of times turn out to be the nicest part of the painting. Watch for them. If they happen, treasure them. Hang on to them. Hang on to them. Here we go. Now then, I'm gonna take a little of the brown.
Okay. I'm going to leave you there, Bob, because I got a lot of catching up to do. Alright. So now I got to make these like rock outcroppings. Okay. I think I am officially out of this brown. Okay. This brown is dead.
It's dead to me.
Okay. His brown is much darker than mine. So I think this is not really the same. So I might add some blue to this. Touch of blue. This cap. There we go. And that really did nothing. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. It did. Okay, so now give me a nice roll of that. Okay, here we go. Decision time. Oh boy. Oh man. That is not liking to stick to this canvas. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, that's bad though. Hopefully that will just blend into the highlights. Yep. My waterfall is much further to the right on my painting than his. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me either.
It's just the same landscape from a different angle.
Yeah, we'll say that. Okay, time to mix my own brown and not get it to match what's currently on the canvas. Some red. And some green. Do I have a darker green than this? I don't think so. It's not too bad. More red than I'd like, but that's okay. That's not too bad. Okay. Kind of want to have something come up here a little bit. Okay. Okay, that'll do. And now I gotta do highlights. Great. So, watch him do it while I'm mixing.
Brown and white, mix it together, about like so. Pull it out very flat, cut across, and once again I have a small little roll of paint right on the edge of the knife. Let's go up here. I want to make the top of this sort of flat looking so I can plant some bushes and stuff up here. So just grazing it, and angles are very, very important. Very, very important. Maybe there's a ledge that comes right down through there. Look at the angle though. The angle is more important than any other thing in this. You want to keep this looking halfway level, halfway flat. Okay, let's do the same thing basically over here. Just maybe this one's got a big thing. Just sort of let it happen and see what happens and go from
Just
there.
let it happen. All right.
There. All right.
I will just let it happen.
Now then, I'm going to take a little bit of white, some blue, and black, mix up a very dark color, and I'm going to use the little knife. Cut across, and we get that small roll of paint on it also, just a very tiny one.
What are you doing there?
Now, the little knife, it comes in handy for getting into little places like this.
Oh, I see.
Using
Okay, so that's for the low lights. Okay. Alright, so now I need to make a flat space up here to plant some trees on. Alright, that's not half bad. Okay. Alright. Get a nice flat area here.
And almost no color though. Just begin looking, making determinations, see how that's what separates. Maybe this one here comes out and then goes bloop.
That one comes out and then goes bloop.
Very little paint. I want to keep this area very dark.
Bloop.
Very dark. Same thing over here. Just let it.
I didn't realize Bob Ross liked sounds so much. I mean, he's done the whole, like, it helps to make sounds while you do it thing before.
There's something right there.
This one he's doing it quite a bit. Okay. Cool. I think that looks halfway decent. Alright, so now I'm doing blue and white to make the low lights. Scrape this guy off. Is there a paint thinner that's safe for electronics, you think?
Hmm. Hmm. Only one way to find out.
Not sure.
Only one way to find out.
Alright, I'll do that up here. So some blue and some white. I don't have a nice little knife like he has. I'm gonna go with this white. Make it a little thin. It's probably not dark enough. Attempt number 2. That's better, I guess. That is not really the right color, but that's okay. It's, you know, it's more of a fantasy scene, that's all. It's just, you know,
I like it. Those colors look really cool.
really
Yeah.
blue lowlights. Alright, how far does he go with these lowlights here?
Just wherever you want it.
Just wherever I want him?
Just to give some happy indications. That's all you need. There. All right. Now let's use a little more of the liquid white and some titanium white, and we can begin bringing some water up around the foots here. And hit it, splash. If you want to make it look like water's dripping down, do it backwards. Take your brush and go pew, pew. See there? It looks like it's coming down. Sneaky, huh? We like that.
Sneaky Bob. Very
Let's
sneaky.
bring it right on out here. There's some there. Maybe that just keeps right on coming there. Where?
Alright, so now I put water around the rocks that I just added, but I need my fan brush, which has green on it. Okay. Yeah, maybe this is a water magic card. Pirate. I can shrink the art down so small no one will notice.
It's a huge deposit of lapis lazuli.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Now I have the Steven Universe Lapis Lazuli song stuck in my head. Lapis Lazuli. Something about the bottom of the sea or something?
Not familiar.
Ouch. That is the thing about holding a what is this thing called? Oh my gosh, a palette for 3 hours is you end up with a permanent crease in your thumb. Can't really tell very well. Okay.
I believe you,
Titanium
though.
white. Okay. Ugh, this white is being annoying. Okay.
Wherever you want it. I better decide what else is going to be in this painting. I just keep playing with this water and having fun. I'm going to have a whole canvas full of water. Tell you what, maybe there's some nice big trees that grow over here on the side. I just got an old dirty 2-inch brush here. I'll use some brown, some crimson, some sap green.
All right, this
Doesn't
is his
matter.
surprise tree, I'm
Whatever.
guessing.
Another paint
It's
on
not
the
late
brush.
enough for his surprise tree.
Let's go up to the canvas.
So something
Start
you'll learn
thinking
about
some
Bob
basic
Ross
shape.
paintings
Maybe there's
is
a healthy tree
he always
and
adds a tree
his arms
just
and
suddenly right at the end.
Look at that.
He always adds a tree.
And it's really nice if you don't get too carried away and you let some sky show through. It really helps. Gives the painting a little more depth, makes it a little more interesting. Just let some sky hang through. There we are.
Okay. So he's got like a background color
Okay.
going.
Who's going to put a bush out there? There he is. Okay. We'll separate all those with highlights. And it's really nice. Let it go on out through here.
What colors did you go with here?
I better decide what else is going to be in this painting. I just keep playing with this water and having fun. I'm going to have a whole canvas full of water. Tell you what, maybe there's some nice big trees that grow over here on the side. I just got an old dirty 2-inch brush here. I'll use some brown, some crimson,
Brown and
some
crimson.
sap green.
Brown, crimson,
Doesn't
sap
matter.
green.
Whatever. Load a lot of paint
Whatever.
into the brush.
Okay. Brown, crimson, sap green, and whatever.
Don't forget the whatever.
That's right next to the nice dark color.
Yeah.
Here, while I'm mixing this, I want to see where you guys are at. Oh, did you change up what you were doing there?
Yeah, I basically think I kind of finished what I was working on.
Ooh.
So I switched to my character drawing challenge, and this week's theme is different teachers.
Nice.
But I can go to the.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see how that. Ooh.
It's so pretty.
That is very pretty. Thanks.
Thank you.
I like the greens and stuff in there, Beth.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really liked the character in Dark Souls and the Queen's Gardens both use kind of that like bluish green and
Yeah.
faded purples, so I figured those would blend well together.
Yeah, I've also just kind of moved to something else because I'm at the point where I just need to work on something else.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I just picked the reference picture of this like wedding dress, I guess, that I saw a while back, and I'm just kind of sketching it out.
I like the shape of the dress a lot. That's looking super cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool dress. It's like a sort of it uses like some
Like even-
design of a kimono
Okay.
and has it in like a more Western style shape of a dress, I guess. I don't know what's the proper term, but yeah.
That's super cool. We just watched a little while ago the new fashion show that Tan
Yeah.
Tan from Queer Eye hosts,
Let's go up to the canvas.
and there was one
Now start
team.
thinking about some basic shapes. Maybe there's a concrete
And
tree, and he lives right here.
one of them was
His
from
arms just hang out over.
Japan, and the other was from
I know that team, yeah.
It's really
Korea,
nice.
maybe? I
If you
can't
don't
remember
get too
exactly
carried away,
where,
he lets the
but
sky show
it was
through.
really interesting how
Really
they
helps.
combined the different.
Bringing a little more depth, makes it a little more interesting.
There was one prompt where they had to
That's
make
some
a couple's outfit, and they kind of combined their two backgrounds and then added in a Western mix, and it was just really interesting to see what they came up with because you don't see those styles mixed very often.
There he is.
So I thought it was interesting.
But separate all those with highlights. No big deal at this point. And the big thing here, you're just looking for a dark color. It's no biggie. Whatever you have, just whatever. Don't worry about it too much. Nice dark color. Maybe we'll bring this down there. Wherever you want it.
Man, that's a lot of
I think
paint.
the other side
I
ought
should
to
have
have some
mixed
too.
a
We
lot
don't want
more.
to get jealous. Maybe there's a
Okay. Maybe he's doing 2 secret trees this time, and so it's not coming quite as late.
Yeah, so like this is the that dress that I was the picture I'm kind of working off from.
Let's see.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a suggestion to Drawfee that was pick crazy fashion designs and then draw characters wearing them. So like give each other like crazy dresses or crazy outfits or whatever.
There's certainly a lot of crazy concepts out there.
There are. That's why I thought it might be fun.
That would be super fun. I hope they pick that one.
There are so many suggestions in the Drawfee Discord right now, though. I don't know how they're going to go through them all. I think I'm getting a little
I'm
echo from you
sure.
there, Beth. That's.
That might
I
be
think
me.
that's you.
Yeah, I keep wanting to suggest things, but a lot of things that I would like to see are similar to ideas they've already done, and I'd rather they do new stuff
Yeah. I think they're okay with doing.
or be able to do new stuff.
Yeah. I think they're okay with doing kind of repeats too, though. I watched I watched Secret Sleepover Society, Jacob and Julia's one, and they had so Julia's computer's in the background while Jacob's playing, and we could see Julia's screen and it had Drawtectives up. She was working on Drawtectives stuff, so so we know that a Drawtectives episode is coming. She was working on the thumbnail
that's
for
fun.
it.
I've watched parts of a couple of the Drawtectives, but I have a really hard time since it's so long. And usually I throw Drawfee in when I'm doing other things.
Sure.
But I have been going back through and watching some of the ones that I never watched from 2019. Because I realized there were several that I hadn't seen.
Man, why is this paint not? Man, this is not doing what I needed to. This is always the frustrating part. stop behaving.
What were you trying to achieve, and what is it doing? Let's see.
I'm trying to get the dark color to stick here, and it's just not sticking. I don't want to thin it out too much though, because I'm going to be putting highlights on it, so I can't like thin it out a ton. So I'm just having to use like more paint, which is not necessarily what I want. Maybe if I jab it harder. Come on, get on the canvas. Get on the canvas. Paint, paint. Get on the canvas. Alright, that'll do. I guess. I don't like this section. I don't want to muddy it too much though. Alright, and then we're adding another one, Bob? Is that what I'm seeing? A second gigantic tree?
Beautiful big tree that lives here.
Oh, a beautiful big tree.
Hangs
Sorry.
out. Hangs out. That's what I used to do when I was a teenager.
Big and beautiful.
Just
Yep.
hang out.
Thick tree.
That was the most exciting thing to do. I guess it still is.
Thick.
There we are. Okay. There we are. You know, one of the earlier shows, we showed you some of the paintings that people are doing along with us. Oh, I think that's so fantastic. I'm looking forward to doing that again. Let me hear from you. Let me know if you like seeing what people all over the country are doing with this fantastic, fantastic painting method. Let me know. And if you enjoy seeing that kind of thing, I'll continue to bring you some more, because we get all kinds of letters with paintings, and some of them are almost unbelievable, and I'd love to share them with you. All right, then we'll go into a little bit of brown. I'm going to load the brush with brown, and then...
Nope, we're not going to do that yet, Bob. Still catching up with the tree. Here, can you go back and look at the painting there, Bob?
Then I'm going to go right down here and load one side with white. Okay, so I have brown and white. See there? Okay, let's go up here. Now let's...
Okay. Oof, canvas is falling off. It didn't do exactly what I wanted it to. Oh well. Okay. Alright, back to the fan brush. Need to clean that off. Okay. So brown, more brown.
Lots of brown.
And when they say brown, they mean red and green.
It's all brown town here, Rian.
Okay. Okay, that'll do. Alright.
Let's put some little trunks in here. There they are. Double loading the brush,
Oh,
the brown and the white. You get both sides of the trunk at one time.
interesting.
Isn't that sneaky?
It is very sneaky, Bob.
For us lazy people, it's great. And it's me. There.
Alright, so load one side with brown. The other side with white. And then shoo. Because you're supposed to make noises. And shoo. Okay, that'll have to do.
Maybe there's a little down that lives in there. And you don't have to be too careful here because the leaves are going to cover most of it, so you don't have to spend a lot of time worrying. I'm gonna take a little bit of liquid white, maybe right in here. There's a happy little thing. It lives right there. Like
Interesting.
So.
Okay, Bob.
And you can just
I'll
put
bite.
as many of them in here as you want, wherever. Don't want this side to get jealous. Keep the continuity here a little bit. Just put one over here. All right. Now we need some dirt down here for all this to set on. So I'll go right into some brown. There we are. See, just lay it in. Make a decision where you want it, and drop it in. You know, so many of these shows are designed from cards and letters that we receive from people, and they tell us what they want to see. So if you have a favorite subject or something, drop me a line. Let me know what you want to see. If I can't do it, son of a gun, maybe we'll just go out and find somebody that can. There we are. Okay, a little bit of highlight on that. Just touching with the light color, barely grazing the canvas. Don't overdo. Don't overdo. Just barely touch. You don't want to kill all that nice dark area that you put in there. All right. Tell you what. Let's put a little of the liquid white. Go right into some yellow, little sap green, and we'll load this brush by tapping it. Can you see that? Here you go. Tap it.
Tap,
Let's go
tap,
right up
tap,
here.
eh?
Now then, this is where we put the sparkles on the tree. These are the little leaves, all the little goodies. I'm going to add a little paint thinner to my brush to make that paint a tiny bit thinner. And paint sticks to a thick paint. And just drop them in wherever you want them. Wherever. There we go. See them? There.
Okay.
Now I'm going to grab a 1-inch brush also. We said that back here, use
No, slow down, Bob. All right, we're getting close to the end of this video here, which is nice. It's always nice to feel like I'm getting somewhere. All right, so
Yeah, it's
next,
definitely shaped up a lot.
yeah, he
Looking
usually
really
ends
good.
up covering a lot of it with trees. So, so I need to put the ground in here. So something like this. That's not a great brown. Let's add some blue maybe. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Grab some of that. Put in some ground here. Okay. Same on the other side. Alright, so something I need to remember for next time is he's got this dark color in there, real consistent and thick. But when I was trying to put it in there like that, it was just getting all like muddied. So I wasn't getting the nice crisp black parts. So I gotta figure out how to get the color in there consistently so you can't see the background, because right now it just looks like there's nothing behind it. So I'm hoping that maybe when I add the highlights I can cover up some of that spot. But if I try and touch it a bunch like I did here, it just gets all muddied. So I gotta figure that out. But it's going okay. Right, so now highlights. I think I had a brush I was using to do some of those. We'll use this one. It's got some white on it right now. That's okay. I want these really bright, so give me that yellow. Give me that yellow. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of thinner so that it sticks. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's nice when that comes out well. Alright, that's great. Maybe grab some of this color. Just a little bit more thinner. Okay, maybe I'll do... I'm going to need a lot more of this. Okay, so get my green here. Get my yellow here. Get off. There we go. Grab just a little bit of this. Oh, come on. Why you do this to me? Dang it. Well, yeah, okay. There we go. That's looking good. Okay. It's not too bad. Okay. Alright, Bob, what are you doing next?
A little yellow and some red. There was a little bush that lived out here on this stone. There he is. You thought I'd forgot him, didn't you? See there? He lives
I
right
definitely
there.
forgot this bush that you wanted me to add.
A few more things on this tree. And you just put as many leaves in yours as you want. Let's put some on the other side. There
Okay,
we
so
go.
I'm just okay.
Drop right off that brush. I'm using mostly the corner of the brush. Going into cad yellow. Got a bit of yellow ochre. Once in a while some Indian yellow, whatever. Just all the yellows and reds, and just let it bounce around and play.
Maybe I do want just a
There.
touch of red in there.
Okay. Now, down here, let's put some individuals. I'll use this same old 1-inch brush. Some yellow, some green. There, pull it through. Load a lot of paint in that brush. Yeah, see there? Okay, let's go up here. Maybe there's a happy little tree that lives right about there.
Oh, there's the hidden tree.
There it
Put
is.
some form and shape in the tree. Just don't throw him up
Found
at
him.
random. Put some goodies in there. Here's another one. He's got a little friend. He lives right here. They live here next to this waterfall. They get all kinds of moisture. They have a good life. There we go. Maybe right out here, there's one that's got a little bit of red in it. There. Right there, a little bit more. And wherever, just drop these little rascals in. Put a few on the other side.
Gosh darn it, not again.
Don't want to overdo. Okay. Drop in.
Not again, Bob Ross.
Okay, so I know what he's doing now. He's just dropping in highlights and bushes and all that good stuff. So I can follow along with that. That's not great. Just get some regular, just pure yellow here. Okay. Okay, a little paint thinner. Scratch that, a lot of paint thinner. Okay, nice little bush there. Ugh, and I forgot the highlights for the rocks down at the bottom. Dang it. Alright, I'll get those in a minute. Let me get some more green in here. Needs a little variety. Okay. Don't want to mess with that too much more. That's not looking too bad. This, I don't like this part, so I'm going to cover it with a bush. Okay. Alright, and then I gotta fix this down here. So I did not put the highlights. Oh, okay. Put the highlights on the rocks down here. How dare I? Okay. Alright. Now, my guess is he's going to add some water in front of
Let's
this.
take the old fan brush. Take the old fan brush. Pop in a little bit of water right around his foot
Yep.
down here.
Got him.
And we're on the verge of having a completed painting.
Got him.
And I hope this is one that you like. Shows you how to make a happy little waterfall. And you too can experience the joy of painting. So,
Hey, he just said the name of the
from all
show.
of us here, happy painting. God bless.
That was it. Alright, just gotta add this water at the bottom and we'll call it good. I might add... Yeah, there's a couple things I want to add actually. Okay, so do this. And then I need some titanium white. Ugh.
Hey, I'm glad you could join me today.
Nope, we're not painting another painting, Bob. Thanks, though. I'll do one later. Okay, so we're gonna get white. Oh, pff, I'm looking for the fan brush. It's in my other hand. Okay, I'm glad we're almost done this because my back is killing me. Alright. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there. Well, there's one more spot. Okay. Cool. Let me put some of this stuff down so I can get you a better view of it, which is a bad idea on my part because then you'll see all the flaws. Hang on, put away. I'm gonna wash my hands a little bit. Just a second.
Man, I'm having a hard time visualizing what this second eye should look like. This other eye.
Okay, I'm gonna play a little Jenga here to try and get this so you can see it a little bit better. Maybe it's more like Tetris, I'm not sure. There we go. Maybe I'll turn this light off. I think it's getting a lot of glare. Take a second to adjust. That's not too bad. Get the idea anyway. Colors aren't showing up quite right on there, but
It turned out really nice.
yeah, thanks. Here, let me switch over to your guys's. I want to see where you're at on your stuff.
I think Beth might have stepped away. Oh, no, there she is.
Nice. I like it, Beth. Let me see if I can... Is this going to work? No, it's still doing that thing. Oh well. That's really cool, Beth. And the monster's really cool too. There, pirate. And then... Let me see where I... Oh, yeah. That form is coming along.
Yeah.
I can see the shape of it there.
Mm-hmm.
Realized I think I have myself muted.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you add like those like bubble things there? I didn't notice those the first time.
But yes, second eye is always the worst eye.
Very cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it and clean up. The best part of painting. Cleaning up.
Yeah, that's what I like about digital art.
Yeah, I
Nothing
do.
to clean up.
Yeah, I do want to try doing a Bob Ross digitally sometime. Krita has decent paint effects, so I think I might be able to get away with it on Krita. But I just don't know.
Maybe you'll find colors from Krita like good black or
Oh yeah,
anything.
yeah. What's just a dark color?
Just a dark color.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you for doing this with me, guys. This was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Cool. I will talk to you later.
See ya.
Ooh.